we could emulate the behavior and the actions of the people who are being honored tonight, Jewish people will be in a better place tomorrow. Tony is a special guy. He's well loved by everybody in the school, always has a smile. He has this can-do attitude. Rachel Reinberg, she always made sure that the teachers had their gifts and the special days were acknowledged and the kids had that little extra. Lori Mitrani, because of all that she's done here, she's receiving the Excellence in Education Award. Bob Diener went to the Hebrew Academy. Hopefully other students will look at him as a role model and strive to achieve what he's achieved. In a week, we celebrate Purim. The holiday commemorates heroes who stood up and make a difference. Robert and Moj exemplify that. The Community Service Award tonight goes to Liana Ross-Laitman. I don't think we could find a better friend of Israel, and we thank her.
When I got the job, I had to adjust to a lot of different things. The first lesson I learned was that I couldn't put my regular food in a kosher microwave, and they told me the do's and don'ts. What's the picture of? What is it?
It's Israel.
Yeah. Just the way they have that unity, that bond all together, it's incredible. I love it. And the way they succeed in life it's amazing. It's a lot of friendship. I feel comfortable. I'm happy. I love every day that I come to work. The institution, it's been here for a long time. It's withstand a lot of challenges, a lot of hurricanes, rainstorms, and it's still here and it's still doing what it do best. And it's give the kids that one opportunity in life.
We really provide the extras of the school, do the things that you can't fit into a regular budget. Carnivals and school pictures and shalach manas and special events for the kids. We buy extras, we fund special field trips, concerts and shows. We do a lot of activities that benefit the school, geared towards our teachers and rewarding them for the amazing service that they do and the great job that they do with our kids. I commuted every day, twice a day, for 3 years to bring my kids down here from Aventura. And then we were so happy with the school and the community and the teachers, who are amazing, that we moved from Aventura to Miami Beach so we could be closer and more a part of the Hebrew Academy. I feel very grateful. We love Hebrew Academy.
I ended up teaching here because my kids all went to school here, and I would come here to drop them off, to pick them up. I love to hang out during the Shabbat assembly. I would sneak in and watch, and when I was ready to go back to work full time, I knew that this was the place where I wanted to work. I love the kids. The kids every day bring something different. They're funny, they're fun. That's what I like about teaching. I love being with the kids.
Where do birds go when hurricanes come, I ask? They know what to do.
It's a lot of hard work, but when you see a child who you taught before and they said, oh, I remember when we did this in your class, I remember how you turned me on to this good book, that's very rewarding. The great thing about working here is it truly is collaborative. It truly is a team effort. The children feel like they're one family, and I'll tell you that the staff feels like, the entire staff, that we're one family too. So really, anything that I've done has been because there is a great cast of people helping me every step of the way.
I love the book you read us last week.
Oh, yeah? You got the inventor?
Without Hebrew Academy, I wouldn't have so many friends, big friends and little friends. Without Hebrew Academy, my life would be much smaller and much different. I love Hebrew Academy.
Oh, I loved Hebrew Academy. My friends at Hebrew Academy loved it too. We had great teachers, the environment was fantastic. So I had just a tremendous experience there, and I always wanted to learn more because it was just so interesting. My background at Hebrew Academy, especially learning Talmud, prepared me for law school. I had actually some of the same cases that I learned in class in 7th and 8th grade in Gemara class. Those exact same cases I had in my first year torts class in law school. And I was prepared. A lot of the other students had never had that type of analysis and learning how to study it, how to break something apart, looking at the debates in the Talmud and how thoroughly they analyzed an issue.
Or this one, who they have a lot of.
Having a Jewish education made me really approach the business world differently. Because you know, there's a famous Talmud of Shabbat that says at the end of the day, when you come to the heavenly court, what's the first question you're asked when you look back on your life? And the first question you're asked is, did you deal honestly in your business dealings? That's the essence of the Torah. That's the essence of the Jewish education. Do you deal in the world honestly? And when you're in the business world, that's when you're tempted the most. That's when you're challenged the most. But one of the most important things we can do as a Jewish community is make sure that Jewish education is strong and that we educate as many young Jews as we can. Having gone through just an incredible experience at Hebrew Academy and having great Jewish education here, I realize what it's like, and to make sure that we educate our children, that we study Torah, that we bring Torah to our kids. Tikkun Olam, we make the world a better place, and the way to do that is to make sure we have a solid foundation of education for our children, for our community. I was reluctant to accept being honored, but on the other hand, I realized that if it's something that can help Hebrew Academy, something that can further Jewish education, something that can make Hebrew Academy stronger, then I'm happy to do it.
I was born in Tehran, Iran. We were both born in Tehran, Iran. I moved here right after my bar mitzvah to California. I finished my high school in California, and then eventually I went to college in upstate New York. And then I lived in Israel for 3 years, and then I lived in New York for 12 years. I got married there. I had my first child there. Then we moved down here in the end of 1994. My wife is involved in school, she's involved in the federation. I remember once when she was taking the cleaning supplies and getting everybody to clean the windows and clean the hallways, so she gets very physical. The school's history is extremely impressive because of all the alumni that you see in the streets of Miami. It's amazing, you know, you have great rabbis, you have, I actually met a few years ago the head of the Department of Nanotechnology at Bar-Ilan University is an alumni of the school. It's amazing the people you run into is out of this world. It's very important to give a good Jewish education and a secular education at the same time to the kids so they are grounded, they have a sense of morals, so they can be successful in the world and make contributions in the world. We added the additional acre and a half, the tennis courts, additional basketball courts, the soccer field, the additional classrooms we built. So those are physical aspects that you can actually physically see. But the financial structure of going from a school that was running major deficits and restructuring it so that there is no more debt. There's an endowment fund now. Those are things that will last for a long time, but you can't really feel them or see them. Slowly we've been renovating parts of the campus, and hopefully within the next 5 or 7 years, the whole campus will be renovated. And maybe we'll have a new high school building on this side of the campus, so people don't have to actually cross the street anymore. We'll have a gym facility. It will be one of the best schools in the country. Jewish education is very important. You want to propagate those values that we stand for. You're making the world a better place.
come into the Hebrew Academy, you get this vibe of kids who love what they're doing, teachers who love what they're doing, parents who are so involved. You have a real sense of community mindedness in this school. This is a loving, nurturing, smart environment where kids are involved. And to think of the history of this school, I mean, this is the first Jewish day school south of the Mississippi. It's unbelievable that we have this jewel right here in our community.
Well, if you ever get to the part where you study the U.S. Congress, invite me to come.
Okay.
I could learn something.
These are kids who are so grounded, proud of their faith, firm in their beliefs.
So what are we studying today, Mrs. Clement?
What are we studying, girls?
Purim.
I didn't go to Israel until I was already an elected official. And boy, did I regret that, because it is a life-affirming and life-changing visit. Israel moves your soul. This is where everything took place. And I think that it's so important for children, especially of the Jewish faith, to go to Israel as soon as they can. They should go in middle school, they should go in high school, they should take that gap year and really study the Jewish faith before they go on to college. Even though I was brought up as a Roman Catholic, I still feel a kinship to the Jewish faith because that's part of my heritage, it's part of my lineage. And by Jewish law, I am considered a Jew because my mom was a Jew. And so that's something that's with me, and I'm very proud of it. It's not just an interesting tidbit about my biography. It really shapes who I am.